luxury safari camp and one of nature's greatest spectacles collide in the heart of Maasai Mara. Images of wildebeest being chased away from a river crossing sparked outrage online, with fingers quickly pointing at the Ritz-Carlton Mara safari camp. But was the hotel blocking the Great Migration, or caught in a storm of accusation and rivalry in one of Africa's most competitive tourism destinations? Well, the Ritz-Carlton sought a right of reply, and TV47 went to the ground to find answers. Sydney Chazima packaged the details in the following report.
The Great Wildebeest Migration, often called the eighth wonder of the world, has for generations stunned the world. Every year, thousands gather along the Mara River, waiting, watching, holding their breath, as millions of wildebeest and zebras brave crocodile-infested waters in their journey between Tanzania's Serengeti and Kenya's Maasai Mara. And where nature draws crowds, investment follows. Luxury camps and lodges now dot the Mara ecosystem, built to bring visitors closer to the wild and closer to the migration. One such camp is the Ritz-Carlton Maasai Mara Safari Camp.
So this is border post 2000, and right here, when you come to this side, you'll see engravings on this particular stone, initials written TZ, demarcating Tanzania. And when you come to this side, this is KE, demarcating Kenya. And on the background there is the Ritz-Carlton Hotel, right here between the border of Kenya and Tanzania.
But in recent weeks, the name Ritz-Carlton has been dragged into a storm.
Yeah, but this is horrible. Oh no! 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 No!
A video surfaced online showing disturbing images of wildebeest being chased away from a river crossing. Within hours, accusations flew across social media that the hotel blocking the animals was the Ritz-Carlton.
You know, I tell you, they should never allow this camp here on the crossing side.
Following those accusations, the Ritz-Carlton requested a right of reply, which TV47 granted.
I remember seeing that video. Immediately when I saw it, I was actually welcoming a guest, and I was looking at my phone quickly, and it was sent to me by a friend. And I saw it immediately. I'm like, what camp is this? Because clearly that's not the Ritz-Carlton.
The hotel staff are unequivocal.
The video that was circulating in the social media about the wildebeest crossing and the people, you saw staff coming out and chasing the wildebeest, that was not Ritz-Carlton.
So the video you saw going viral and everywhere, I have confidence, very confident, to stand and say that's not the Ritz-Carlton staff.
So wale watu wanasema hapa ati ni kifuko ya migration, hiyo ni uongo tupu.
But the controversy did not end online. It moved into the courtroom. Environmental activist Meitamei Olol Dapash filed a case seeking to have the camp shut down or even demolished, claiming it was built along a migration corridor. The Kenya Wildlife Service, however, rejected those claims. It stated that the camp was built outside non-migration routes and is located in an approved tourism zone, and wildlife tracking shows migration continues.
So there's a lot of work in order to open a hotel, any hotel, even a camp. Even before the first shovel that goes in the ground, there's a lot of work being done to ensure that we're building in the right spot. So if you look at the KWS report in ensuring that we received all of the proper approvals prior to actually putting that first shovel in the ground, can state the case itself that we're fully approved to be able to build our camp in this spot.
The activist would later sought to withdraw the case, which the court declined.
So we're actually happy that the hearing is continuing because there's been a lot of damage reputationally on the camp, on the developer, and we want to really see this through so we can show the world that we followed everything possible based on the letter of the law to open and operate the camp.
So, what do the facts on the ground say? TV47 traveled into the conservancy. Our first stop, the Sand River.
So right behind me stands Sand River, and this is one of the rivers in the Mara. And right here is where the wildebeest migration happens. This is the first crossing point, and it is about approximately 2 to 4 kilometers from the Ritz-Carlton Hotel.
Guides here say the migration does not follow a single path.
We have the Sand River, number one. We have the main river, which is the Mara River, which comes from Mau Forest, cuts across the Maasai Mara and ends up into Lake Victoria through Serengeti. And we also have the Talek River, which is from the Sand River, you go further north and you get another river called the Talek River. And then we have other smaller streams within the Maasai Mara. Yeah, but the main rivers is the Talek River, Sand River, and the Maasai Mara.
Further south, at the Kenya-Tanzania border, the first signs of migration often appear.
So I'm standing here at the border between Kenya and Tanzania, and on my right is the Serengeti National Park. So we've been told that when the Great Migration is about to happen, the sighting of zebras is the first indication. Now the zebras move in this direction on my left, which is the Maasai Mara National Reserve. And behind me stands the Western Corridor, which is the demarcation of the end of the Maasai Mara National Reserve.
From here, the animals meet the Mara River, home to the most dramatic crossings.
Right here where I'm standing is the Mara River, and this point is called the U crossing point. And the difference between this river and the Sand River is that this particular one is infested with crocodiles and hippos, as you can see behind me.
There is a speculation going on that there's a lot of crocodiles in the Sand River. That is not true. I've been a guide here for the last 23 years. I've never seen a crocodile in the Sand River. Crocodiles are mostly found in the main river, which is the Mara River.
And what I can report is that from this particular crossing point, the Ritz-Carlton Hotel is about 12 kilometers.
At the river crossings, the land tells its own story. Wide open plains, gentle slopes, clear sightlines, conditions that locals say are critical for a successful crossing.
Na inajua hizo migration hawezi msituni, inapitianga pahali ambayo wanaona.
I did a guide training, so I know all the lagers that I used to take the guests to go and see the migration. First of all, the wildebeest will never cross where the forest is so congested. Why? They can be eaten by the lions.
Then you look at where our camp is situated. We are in the woods. It's actually very hard to see our camp. Even if you're close to the camp, you can drive by it and you would have no idea that we're actually there because we're so secluded in the woods.
Equally, locals say the animals are creatures of habit.
And they have a very good memory. So every year, they know where they crossed last year. If they come again, they manage themselves. They have no leader, but they lead themselves very well. So all the laggers that I know, every year they cross from the Serengeti to Kenya, they go exactly the lagger they crossed last year.
Yeah, but this is horrible. Oh no!
But the question that started it all remains the viral video. TV47's further review shows the footage was not taken at the camp. It matches another facility.
Yeah, but this is horrible. Oh no!
The Mara Safari Camp, which previously faced enforcement action and was shut down by NEMA in 2022 over alleged interference with migration routes.
I told you before, I'm born here. So I know the camps around Mara. There are almost 400 camps. And I know the camps that year, 2022, where the wildebeest tried to cross and the staff defend their camp. Because if they could have crossed, the whole camp will collapse. And that camp was shut down in 2022.
Even so, conservationists warn that pressure on the Mara ecosystem is growing.
Alafu tumeeleza wakienda kujanga wasikate msto, wasiharibu chochote, asiharibu maji wala kutega ama kufanya kitu ingine, maji yetu yaharibike ndio wanyama wetu apate kukunywa maji safi.
As the court process continues, the Ritz-Carlton says it remains open to scrutiny.
We would always welcome anyone that wants to come to the camp and understand our truth and be there for the right reasons, not to put us down anymore. We're here to stay, and we're here to just deliver a great guest experience and a great experience for the people, the ladies and gentlemen that work there. So if anyone wants to come and for the right reasons and not push us down even more, we would absolutely welcome.
And as debate swirls around development and conservation, the migration continues, ancient, instinctive, unstoppable. For now, the question lingers: is the Ritz-Carlton truly an obstacle to the Great Migration, or a casualty of growing competition in one of Africa's most lucrative wildlife destinations?
From the vast lands of the Mara Savannah to the sandy banks of the Sand River right here at the Ritz-Carlton Hotel, my name is Sydney Chazima, and I've been reporting for TV47.